Welcome to the Lori Robertson Podcast, where I guide entrepreneurs and business leaders towards lasting success in their businesses. I'm your host, Lori Robertson, and in today's episode, we're diving into a topic that's on everyone's mind because we are at the beginning of the new year. And even though it's almost halfway through the month of January, people are still pondering this topic on setting goals that you'll stick with in 2025. Now, before we get started, let's look at some eye opening statistics. Did you know that studies show about 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? That's right, only 8% of people actually achieve their goals. Now, this indicates a real challenge that many of us face when it comes to goal setting. And the question is, how can we change that? And that's the reason why I wanted to touch a little bit on goal setting in this episode because it has been a big challenge for me. And in a couple of episodes back, probably the end of December, the last one of December, I think, I shared with you guys that I didn't reach my goals in 2024, and I was discouraged, and it was a little, it made you feel a little bad. But when I sat down and I thought about why I didn't reach my goals, well, I can't blame anybody but myself. So my challenge is this year to figure out a way to make sure my goals are complete. Every last goal that I wanted to complete in 2025, whether it's monetary, health wise, anything that I completed. So, this particular episode hopefully is going to give you some guidance, but I wanted to give myself some guidance. I want to go through this goal setting process with you guys and learning the skills that I need to ensure that because I haven't reached the goals and I want to be able to do that this year. So let's first talk about why setting goals is so important. Goals give us direction and purpose. They help us focus our efforts and measure our progress. But let's be honest, many of us struggle with sticking to our goals. My hand is raised. But the key lies in how we set our goals, right? One popular method is called the SMART method or the SMART goals. And I learned about this when I was in corporate America, in our training. And it did help me in corporate America, but I don't know why I didn't transfer it over into my business. I think probably I did in the beginning, and somewhere along the way, I let it go. And sometimes when you start to make money, you forget about what you did to make that money, right? Because it's just coming. And sometimes you have to go back to the basics. But let's talk about what each letter signifies in the SMART goal setting method. So the first one is S, specific. Be clear about what you want to achieve. The M stands for measurable. Define how you'll track your progress. The A is achievable. Set realistic goals that challenge you but are possible. The R is relevancy or relevant. Ensure your goals matter to you and align with your values. And the T is time sensitive. Set a deadline to create a sense of urgency. Okay. So I just want to give you one little breakdown in reference to this, right? So instead of saying, I want to get fit, like try saying, I want to exercise for 30 minutes, 4 times a week. The specificity in this makes it easier to track your progress. Okay. So, for example, I wanted to walk 4 miles, right? And I knew I couldn't do it all at once because I haven't exercised in years. And if you followed me, a little bit, you know that I started back probably like in August or something. I went on a cruise in September and then I stopped. I stopped because for some reason my left knee started to swell. Have no idea because, I didn't do anything strenuous. I actually had a good, I actually walked on the cruise. But I think it was more of an excuse. But I did reach I had a goal of 2 miles and then 4. And I reached my 2 miles and I was so happy and ecstatic. And then I stopped. So when I got back from the cruise, I created every excuse in the world not to reach my goal of 4 miles. And I stopped doing it. But Monday, I started up again. And I only walked because I hadn't done it for so long and I wanted to make sure that my knee, doesn't flare up again. Um, I walked 30 minutes. I was so proud because I did 30 minutes, but I could feel my knee, hurting just a little bit. And then I Tuesday, I walked for 45 minutes. Now, my knee really didn't hurt that well, that bad, because I'm doing like lymphatic exercises and things to help with that. And it's actually feeling a lot better. So, my goal is now, since I'm starting back up, is do it like I did 30 minutes, so add 15 more minutes and add 15 more minutes, or either add until you feel, like a little pain or whatever, and until you reach your 2 miles again. So I have set goals for that to do just a little bit every single day, like an extra 15 minutes until I reach my 2 miles again. And then I'll reset my goal from the 2 miles. I said 2 minutes, 2 miles to the 4 miles. Right. So that's where I'm being more specific about how I'm tracking my progress. Okay. So the next thing you want to do is think about how you measure your success. Will you track your workouts in an app? And that's what I do. I have an app that tracks how many miles I walk, my heart rate, um, and other things I can't remember off the top of my head, but you can do your weight, you can do your blood pressure. So that app is absolutely amazing. And I said, you know, or maybe keep a journal. I have written in my journal about that, but it's not something that, I am focused on with with um, my health journey, I should say. But my business journey, I am keeping a journal in reference to that. So measuring progress helps keep you accountable. And that is the main goal of 2025, staying accountable, because that's the only way that you're going to reach your goals. So now let's discuss achievability. Setting a goal like I want to run a marathon next month might not be realistic if you're just starting. Instead, aim for I want to run a 5K in 6 months. This gives you time to train properly. Hence, going back to when I said me walking and getting back up to my 2 miles and then going on to my 4 miles, which was my original goal. And I think in 2025, I think I can reach that. So you have to have relevant goals, right? You want to make sure that your goals resonate with you. If you don't care about the outcome, then you're less likely to stick with it. So you have to ask yourself, why is this goal important to me? So that's a question. Write it down. When you're thinking about your goals, ask, why is it important? And I guarantee you, when you figure out the why, then you're going to accomplish your goals. Okay. So finally, what I want you to do is set a time frame, right? This could be weekly, it could be monthly, or even quarterly. But having deadlines can create a sense of urgency and help you stay focused. And that's what I did, with my health. I did that. And even in my business, I have created me some spreadsheets to for one example, my focus this year is building my email list to a certain number, right? So every single week, I, write down, clock my subscribers. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down. But that's what I'm doing on a weekly basis. And then I am doing how much income I'm making every single week. I have another particular goal that I want to make for the month, but I'm doing it weekly and I'm doing monthly. So you have to have a timeline to get these things done. And then if you're not getting them done, you can fix it in that time frame instead of waiting until the end of the year and seeing that these things haven't been accomplished. And I think that was probably, I wasn't doing that in 2024. So I'm going to be more conscious about keeping these timelines in order. So how do we stick to these goals once we set them? So I'm going to give you a few tips. I'm going to give you 4 of them, okay? I want you to start small. Break your goals into smaller, manageable tasks. Basically, what I was just saying, right? Number 2, I want you to stay flexible. Life happens, but be prepared to adjust your goals as needed. Like I said, if you do it weekly and monthly, then you can see, okay, I didn't reach my goal for this week. What do I need to do for next week? I didn't reach my goal for the month. What do I need to do to reach my goal next month? Then one of the most important things that you can do is celebrate your milestones. Reward yourself for hitting key points along the way. Every single time you reach a goal, celebrate. I don't care if it's you made $1. I don't care if you got one email subscriber that day. I don't care what it is. Celebrate it. It could be the smallest thing up to the largest thing, but just feel good about reaching your goals. And then find accountability. You can share your goals with a friend, but remember, only share your goals and what you're doing with someone who is in alignment with what you're doing, who you are, and what type of business you have. Because there's nothing worse than sharing stuff with friends or families or whoever, and they are against everything that you do. They don't see your vision. They're trying to discourage you, right? So please share your goals with a friend or join a group to keep you motivated. And hey, if you like, you can always send me an email and share your goals with me, and I will root you on all along the way, okay? So, in conclusion, setting goals you'll stick with in 2025 requires intention and strategy. And I'm learning some stuff. I got to set my intentions more and be more strategic. So this is full disclosure, I am going to be doing this too. By using the SMART framework, staying flexible, and celebrating your progress, you can make this year your most successful year yet. And that is my goal. The main goal in every area of my life is to make 2025 my most successful and best year yet. So, you guys, I want to thank you for tuning in to this episode today. And if you found this episode helpful, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Please rate it because it will help, move me along so people can find me in Spotify app. So let's crush our goals together in 2025, okay? And like I said, remember, if you want to, shoot me an email or leave me a comment and share your goals with me, and I'll make sure we walk along hand in hand and keep each other accountable. Okay. And also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down in the show notes, I created a goal sheet. I did a manifestation sheet. I think it's a goal planner, manifestation planner, and a journal. Right? So they're free. So I'm going to put the link down in the show notes, and you can grab it for free. And, because that's what I'm using myself for 2025. And keep up with your goals and keep up with everything that you need to do, and do this for the whole year. And let's see how your 2025 ends from the time we start in January until December of this year. So until next time, please take care and go out and crush your goals. I will see you on the next episode. Bye for now.